talking about flicking a switch.
Maybe it's some other craft here airport. And it's one of those ones that take exemplified and makes you feel funny and speak up so forth. Can't really be given them a free rush. It was fine, I don't think it was stupid that way.
Fucking useless.
I only ever used this for commentary. There you go. Touch the USB stick. Email what? Get on the way, eh? Yeah.
Yes, welcome to round 17 here of the SFLW Premier League. Bo Downham and Andrew Cooling in the commentary box with you live from Blunston Arena, or rather Ninja Stadium. If we get that one right, it'll be a big game for Clarence as they look to bring their form into the finals. There's a big tap from Batchelor. Spreading through the contest, or rather it was Alliendi in the ruck as they go forward now for the first time in the afternoon. Flicked out and kicked from Webster. Tumbling ball into the centre of the ground, just over the head of the waiting Ivory. Whitehead from half back, soccering, dribbling ball forward. Whitehead going for another effort. Wagner's in there to lend some support. Still going now, the Roos. As they try and go forward. Hand pass flicked off there from Archer. Still running with it through the middle now is Browner Oates. Hand pass just misfired off to a teammate in Anderson. Anderson, she got cut off as Bowering. One of the players I'm looking forward to watching too this afternoon. Wushner trying to tap it on. And now Lauderdale might be out. Andrew Cooling.
So a free kick to Ward, who guides this one inside the forward 50. Will it sit for Wushner? Not quite. Flying shot came from Roy. Tumbles into the behind post. So it'll be a ball win. Clarence, a chance to go top and get themselves, well, given the ground availability, perhaps not home ground advantage in the finals. But a minor premiership perhaps in the offing. They'll be wanting to win this one today. Pressure applied by Wushner. Locks it in again. It'll be cool come the second half. It's still lovely sunshine here. A beautiful day for football at Ninja Stadium. There's Webster, looks to clear defensive 50, high up and under, spoiled from behind by Clark. Couldn't do enough to disrupt Williams though. Who get the mark here for the Bombers. They're pressing early here, the underdogs. That was not what Williams was after though. That kick all wrong. Fortunately for her, not between the arcs, so it'll be tossed into play.
Good to see a father-son duo on the boundary as well. Jason Shelton and his son. Great stuff. Jason playing some CTPL cricket at Kingborough. That's the feel-good stories of the SFL at the moment. This one is taken in a tackle. Ball up, out of side. Deep into that pocket. Playing in a bit of sun. Tap down into the path of Webster. She spiralled the ball out in front of a teammate. Waiting for it was Murgatroyd. Now some run and dash from Clarence as they spread through the outer side. Kick towards a teammate is good. And they're going to go further afield. Ivory's the intended target. Coast to coast for the Roos. And they might just go one kick more. Limbrick's the target. She'll waltz into an open goal and Limbrick gets the first.
Just hard running rewarded there for the Roos, wasn't it? Just had the extra out the back as their teammates just head off out the back. Started with Ivory. She saw the opportunity presenting and just burst inside forward 50, ended up with the football. And when she did, she had teammates with a 2-on-1 as well. They just got back, scrambled quicker. A bit of a counter punch there from the Roos, who'd spent basically the first 3 minutes defending at the other end of the ground. A blink of an eye. They go up the other end and open the scoring. Ball movement. So it'll be tossed up in the middle. Looks like Reed moving into the ruck here for the Roos, and she Wins that one decisively, but the Bombers will look to take it away. Wide kick in the direction of Wheeler. Whitehead will come across to apply the pressure. Stripper of the football. No prior opportunity, so play on the goal. Forced forward there by Waller. Wushner looks to gather and guides a clever kick around the corner for Bowering.
Real talent is Priya Bowering.
With some real potential. Bowering taking her time to assess the options. Eventually she'll go deep, but at a 2-on-1. Roy out the back runs into an open goal and slams it through. The Clarence defence just a little bit lazy there. Didn't track back. It was a 2-on-1 deep in the goal square. Wishner or Roy, pick your poison. Roy smashes it through.
That is a perfect kick from Bowering. Near on perfect. She just hit her up so swiftly. Had to fight the kick. Well, Worcester's kick in the middle of the ground to hit up Bowering was also a really good kick. Just allowed her to chip it up, make some space, run into it, and then that kick from Bowering is one of the best you'll see, I reckon, today. Just to spot her up, have the vision, and then execute. It takes some sort of player to do that. Bowering, take it out. But also Roy to finish that one off. Even here is Reed winning the tap down. Spun around and the tackle was Pike. Webster towards Reed. Couldn't get it on first attempt, but gets it on second, so just thumps a long one inside forward 50. Out now to Ivory. She gets her hands free. Last line of defence, though, is Waller. Still going at it now, the Roos. Seas just parted, sizing up the goals for Pacey. Just had some time and space to just dance through the stoppage and the pack. And Ruby Pacey gets her first of the evening. Nicely done from the Roos. They get it back within a 1-goal margin. 6.5 nearly gone in this first turn. Pacey did really well to get that one on her boot and just part the seas for her as we head back into the middle now.
Well, the goals flowing here at Ninja Stadium at the moment as that one is one down. Umpire's going to call a free kick in favour of the Bombers. They'll launch it forward just over the head of Whitehead. It was blocked there in the end, and they'll charge forward via Johns. Flick back over the top to Johns. Curls this one round. It's in the Roy direction, paddles it towards the line, tried to keep it in, but the boundary line just wins out.
That kick again, beautifully weighted. I was scoffing. It was a beautiful kick from Bowering.
Well, since you're the chief of the Bowering fan club here, Bowie, early on, and she has shown some real promise. This one's tossed back into play. Reed just plucked it out of the ruck, couldn't get boot to ball. Hardy couldn't gather it, and eventually Pacey bore in after it. Spills out the back. Will it sit for Waller? Umpire's whistle had already blown, or a leaving free kick the way of the Roos. Edmonds heads wide. Free kick blown in favour of Mia Anderson. Speeds her off half back, guides it in the Archer direction. Back to Anderson, who shows that dash, charges into the middle, broken up by Wheeler. Whitehead with strength and vision with the hands. Pacey shifts it across. They try and work it, but they get themselves into a bit of trouble. Able to extract herself, though, was Oates. Back to Pacey. Heads wide. And there's a marking target in Clark, who drives them inside the forward 50. Good contest given by Edmund, but Batchelor strong intercepts.
Batchelor sizing up some options down the ground. Standing underneath it was Ward. Couldn't reel it in on first attempt. Reed has got a little bit to do. Ball up. So tap down from Reed. Bowering got the clearing kick, but intercepted. Archer Archer can wheel and go now inside forward 50. It's a good-looking kick. It was nicely weighted, but just fell short. So they'll clear it out in front of Roy. Wushner might just run onto this one. Used her body well. Nudged Archer out of it. Now the link-up of hands just failing. An attempt, Archer. Still in dispute with Preshaw. Bowering, Batchelor.
She's got hands of the ball there, I thought, Mo.
I think she did.
Very stiff, Ali Andy. This one's worked forward in the direction of Limbrick. Limbrick sends them inside forward 50. It's opening up here for the Roos. Stopping and propping and steadying was Edmund. Will the ball sit for Wickham or Limbrick? Limbrick from the outrageous angle. Can't quite thread the eye of the needle. Been a spectacular goal, behind only. I thought the Ali Andy was very stiff moments earlier. And the umpire called on the blind side of that one, but on the right side of it, so a pretty clear handball.
On the wrong side of it, I think.
So the Bombers looking to move the ball out of defence here. Ward will be the target. Just had to sit under that, and in the end, Reed arrived to break it up. Webster was slung without the football. She'll get the free kick and send the Roos forward here. There's a few options. In the end, look at Murgatroyd, a likely one. And she launches it over the top off the hands of Wickham and spiked through by Batchelor for another behind.
So 2-2, one straight. Batchelor going down this interchange side wing. Kick just in play to Wheeler. Wheeler on down the line. From Archer. Won't be anywhere near it though. Free kick going the way of Lauderdale. And going the way of Ward, so she works her way into Bowering. Running around the mark and gets her kick away in the nick of time. That's 3 she's pinpointed. Pretty good. As they go forward now. Waller. And a ball up. Even numbers ahead of the ball if someone tracks back to get Wushner. Through the stoppage comes Reed. Got the tackler away and then just sent it on a non-preferred. And this will be a holding free kick going away the Roos to Whitehead. I think Ivory rather, Drew.
So Ivory shares it with the on-running Webster, who goes looking for Murgatroyd. Plucked it well, just perhaps too far out to score. So she drives the kick and hits up the teammate in Limbrick. Lovely ball use there from the Roos. And Limbrick can go back. Try and kick her second of the contest. So Limbrick makes no mistake and extends the lead to 14 points. And if you want to be the chairman of the Priya Bowering fan club, sign me up for the Luca Murgatroyd fan club, because I reckon the other end of Clarence, they've got a star of their own. A couple of really exciting young prospects in Tasmanian football out there today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got a lot of good players. Stevie Lee Johns, you haven't mentioned, she's really good. I mean, Lauderdale and Clarence have got some really good players out there, Drury, as we mentioned. Murgatroyd, Reed, Bowering, Lee Johns. Barwin was out there as well. You could add her in the mix, but we've got some talent on display here at Ninja Stadium, so it calls for an intriguing matchup. And this one goes to Wheeler. Wheeler now goes forward and spots up Lee Johns, just nearly taking it, but bounced off the hands. Lee Johns has some time to size up. Kick forward is good. Hits up Ward. Ward now with a good kick inside forward 50. That's a nice one. Hits it up. And now further afield, Wushner stood, but in the road. Coming in, the Clarence defence. It might have been Clark on that occasion, but it might be coming up. Bowering. Off now to Wheeler. Sizing up the goals. Deep inside full forward now. Go the Bombers. And a couple of tackles laid. We'll see. Ball up deep inside forward 50 for the Bombers. Ripping it out of the ruck and just getting it smothered though. Alliendi. Just laying a nice tackle, ball up.
So the Bombers pushing here for their second of the contest. Stevie Lee Johns swung around there and got over the shoulder, so it'll be a free kick going the way of Johns. Go back and try and cut the margin back to 8 points. You'd be pretty happy with the way they're competing early on here. The Bombers coming in as pretty sizable underdogs. It's kind of been the top 3, bottom 2 split in the league this year, and Bombers can just try and keep it close here this afternoon. Johns can cut the margin back to 8 points. That's a lovely kick. She splits the middle, and they have their second. And fighting well, Johns, and a little bit of the shine the boot celebration, if you don't mind. I love seeing that coming out, Bowie. Give me a bit more of that. Love a player who celebrates their goals. Stevie Lee Johns just getting the boot shine. Very nice indeed. And a very nice goal to cut this one back to 8 points.
Yep, I don't mind it. Happy that we could identify what that one was, because a couple of them we've seen, maybe not so sure of, particularly Molly Mitchell a couple of weeks ago against the Roos. A sliding picture and an Ronaldo slide. Lucky we could identify that one. It was a good celebration, and why not? It was a good goal. There's Webster coming out of the front of the stoppage with speed now. Clarence, they send him inside the forward 50. Nearly taking the mark on that occasion was Crow. She's got a bit to do though. Nice pick up. Murgatroyd. Murgatroyd can run into a goal. And nicely done from the Roos to just get it back out to another goal. And look at Murgatroyd kicking a goal there. Nicely done from the Roos, and Drury would be very happy with that.
Oh, she's a star. Just tore away there. The separation she got, very impressive. Kicks the goal to extend the lead back to 14 points. It's Clarence. Nearly a result today. North Hobart beating Kimbrough. Know that if they win their final 2 games, they'll finish the season on top of the ladder. This one here and then Glenorchy next week. You'd imagine they should do just that. They made a good start in that endeavour here. Bowering handed over the top for Ward. Ward return the ball and they'll drive it deep via Bowering. How will it bounce? It might sit for Wushner. Wushner gathers, snaps, goals! It's goal for goal here at Bellerive. They are flowing in this one. 7 goals in the first quarter already. And both teams hitting back rapid fire. It was some nice work from Bowering out of the middle. The experienced Wushner finishes back to 8 points there. Competing well here, the Bombers.
Bit of experience, bit of new talent on the block, combining for that goal there. Yeah, good game. Seven goals in the first turn. Usually it's not all that often we see a scoreline like that. Earlier in the NWFL game, they kicked about 4 goals all up, so great to see a combined margin of 7 already here at Bellerive. Makes for a stunning game. At least we hope so, as we go back into the middle now. Overrunning. There's Ward out through the stoppage. Nicely done by Bush. He sends the ball forward out. Trying to pick it up there was Doyle. Right at centre half forward they go, and they get a clearing kick away. Big pack forms. It spills out now. They go towards Reed, but in the road is Rose Batchelor. Batchelor kicks it out even wider. Picked up by Ward. And passes inboard to Crow. Clarence with the numbers. Little one forward there from Limbrick. The skipper. As the boundary line nearly beats everyone. Get back in play, and a nice mark taken there from Gemma Webster.
Final 90 seconds of the opening quarter. Lovely kick inbound for Archer. Juggles the mark. Sent inside forward 50. Just racking a little direction though, and chopped off back there. The kick on the way out. Inside target. John's peeling off on the wing. There's an option. That's ignored. High ball will favour Archer. Might just shepherd this one out. No, takes it. And then John strips through the football. This is some really good endeavour being shown here by Lauderdale. A bit of personnel changes, but just bear saying, the last 2 times they've met, 111 points and 100 points the margin between these two. There's a few coming in for the Bombers to close it in, but in that context, they must be absolutely delighted with how they've started this game. Really taking it up to the Roos. The likely minor premiers, Archer, caught there, just shoveled it out, holding the footy. And it is a hot footy early in this one. If they move it quickly, perhaps chance for a late score here. Richardson, who won the free kick, will set them up towards the paint of 50. Decisive fist away. Ball to be won now on the wing. Richardson goes again. She's stripped of the football there. Nicely done. Edmund paddles it straight out of play. And that will probably do us for what has been an intriguing opening quarter here. It's going to be 4-2, 26 to 3 straight 18 at the break. Likely minor premiers certainly not having it all their own way. They lead this one by 8 points, but the Bombers really putting in improved showing. Some great fight. It was a really entertaining first quarter by Downham.
It certainly was. Young and old talent on display here at Ninja Stadium. That was a good first quarter. 7 goals in it. Always what you want to see, a high-scoring affair at any level. So they're doing really well, Lauderdale, to bring it back. Although they did just let that goal deep into that first quarter. Let them go a little bit. But they're still well and truly in the game. They just need to keep their heads up and not feel like it's a big margin. It's not. Just be really confident in what they're doing, and I'm sure they'll be fine. So very enthralling first quarter of football, Drew.
It is. We'll be back soon with quarter number 2. 8 points the lead for Clarence after quarter number 1. Just perhaps too far out to score, so she drives a kick and hits up the teammate in Limerick. Lovely ball use there from the Roos. So Limerick makes no mistake and extends. Stevie Lee Johns swung around there and got over the shoulder, so it'll be a free kick. Bombers can just try and keep it close here this afternoon. Johns can cut the margin back to 8 points. That's a lovely kick.
50. Nearly taking the mark on that occasion was Crow. She's got a bit to do though. Nice pick up. Murgatroyd. Murgatroyd can run into a goal. And nicely done from the Roos.
Bowering handed over the top for Ward. Ward return the ball and they'll drive it deep via Bowering. How will it bounce? It might sit for Wushner. Wushner gathers, snaps, goals! It's goal for goal here. So we're back for the second term here at Ninja Stadium. Clarence looking to take a step towards summing up the minor premiership. Beating Lauderdale by 8 points in this one, but certainly a lot closer than the past couple of meetings between these two sides have been. The Bombers, I think, would be delighted with their efforts in quarter number one. Can they maintain it up against this strong Clarence side with premiership aspirations? About to get underway with the second term. The sun just starting to fade away. It's been a lovely day here for football out of Bellerive. Just starting to cool off a little as we get underway in quarter number two. Reed reaching in for it. Couldn't quite extract it. The umpire quickly whistles to say, I'll have it. Toss back up. Alliendi and Reed, one down, and chance for Bowering to send the Bombers forward. Johns, and after this one, takes it in stride and shows her wheels, dashes round, and then drives it deep in the Worcester direction. Wow. Oh, super play there. Stevie Lee Johns busted it wide open. Oh, Worcester played on. Don't know that was the right idea, and it's missed by Ward. And I know Worcester, the experienced player, wants to bring her younger charges in, but just reckon go back and kick the goal there.
I think we spoke about it last time, Wushna. We did a game where Jess was playing. Just go back and kick it, and you can bring your teammates in the game through other ways, I reckon. Drury as Archer kicks it out towards the flying Whitehead. One of the pack. There you go. John's at the bottom, it was. Pushing off there was Archer. Still going and in dispute. This one just hack kicked out in front of Bowering and Reed. A couple of Devils teammates going at it on the opposite sides of the fence there. Oh, Reed just broke stride and went for a gallop along Ninja Stadium. Good ball inside forward, 50 yards, silver service. It's Champagne football to Caitlin Wickham. She looks to go for home. There's no one in the goal square, and it just doesn't quite sit up for her.
Superb stuff from Ava Reid. Just took the mark, palmed the player off, and charged down the wing with a bounce. Real authoritative stuff. So the Bombers will try and reload out of defence here. Spilt. Clark arrives to apply some pressure and locks it on in there. Wickham doing the ruck work. Webster arriving. The kick spoiled away, but then we'll probe one deep. Murgatroyd extends the jukes and plucks it nicely. She'll go back for her second. Likely target inside that forward 50. Tough to beat in the air. Had the height advantage, used it, and drills the goal. So Clarence get the first of the second term. Murgatroyd gets her second. Extends the Roos lead.
And a good mark from Murgatroyd. Definitely can play. So 5-3 to 3-1. 2 goals in it here at Ninja Stadium. Back into the middle now. Good tap down there from Reed. The back stoppage was Ward. Swooping through and a big tackle laid there. Nicely done. So, free kick to Johns, or Lee Johns. Just holds up play and looks for the next best option. Kicks out wide now to Williams. Williams further afield. Good mark taken. Alliendi going and searching for the next best option. She elects to buy one off in Johns, and it's a good mark. So Stevie Lee Johns danced around a couple and then just had to kick it She nearly was caught. Bowering on the 50. Looking for the next option as they drive it into the pocket. Maybe that one wasn't her best kick, turned over by the Roots.
So Clarence in their defence, handball to ball under a bit of pressure, but they work their way through it. Long kick in the Anderson direction, tracked that nicely and had some room. She's got some serious wheels, Mia Anderson. She has a bounce, she has another one. Oh, just lost a hold of the football though. Invited in the opposition. And they all swarm in and force the stoppage. It was opening up there for Anderson. Might control the second bounce. Unfortunately for her sake. One down by Reid to Anderson. And Murgatroyd is wide open inside the forward 50. They'll clear out the goal square and open it up for her. She drives it into the pocket. And it'll be a ball in. Deep inside forward 50 here. All the Roos. Tossed back into play. Shallow throw, seized upon by Murgatroyd, who steps through goal number 3. That was touched. Unfortunately for her. Just a hand on the ball there. It was a shallow throw. Surprised they didn't recall it, to be honest. Murgatroyd denied a third.
Batchelor kicks this out aside. Ward was a target, standing in the road though. Nicely done from the Roos. Big fly. Numbers favour the Bombers. Whitehead tapped it onto herself and then flicked it back. Reid has time just to size the goals up. Check side kick was a good option, but we had to place it a little bit wider for it to hook back. See behind to the Roos. So kicked in just through the hands. Waller. Soccer kick forward from Preshaw. Hurried one out of the pack and just sits in a lot of time and space now for Ball to pick it up and try and make something of it. Manufacture a kick inside forward 50, and that she does. Murgatroyd again. Opens up the angle and then just sends it forward. But nearly a mark taken. Will be.
How is that not 50?
Taken. Yeah, I mean, tend to agree with you on that one. They're in a better spot than us up all the way back in the Ponting stand, but I'm sure that one was clear as day. Murgatroyd kicks to Limbrick. And that one, no doubt about. Just into Limbrick looking for a goal.
She might have thought it was a mark, but the mark was paid. And when you tackle someone after the mark's been paid, it's generally 50 bows. A little bit stiff, I'd have thought, here, the Bombers.
Usually you learn that at a pretty young age as Limbrick goes back and misses.
Ball don't lie. The ball is wide of the mark there. And the Bombers. Clear defensive 50 here. Alliendi tracking it. Couldn't quite bring in the mark, but Waller able to gather it and launch it forward. That's a strong mark. Quick handball from Bowering. Found its way through to Ward. It's wide open inside 50. Will it sit for Roy? Fights at ground level there with Hardy. Still a chance here. Wushner cleverly paddled it towards advantage, but she was stripped of the football. He tossed up inside the forward 50 to Clarence defence. Doing well there to recover. Roy heavily strapped right knee already, looking a little laboured there, but tells the trainer she's all right. So
a lot of strapping out there.
We will continue. Webster trying to crash her way through, but sent to the deck. Reid leapt at it, ball Came away with the footy, cleared out towards the paint of 50. Alliendi tracking it, couldn't gather it cleanly. Now Limbrick, wide open field ahead of us, so she just kicks into that space. Sets a task for Murgatroyd, who's up to it, has a bounce. With an untidy one, but she's able to gather it in the end and send it forward for Wickham. He takes the mark. She's got Whitehead bursting into space for her. She's going to take the shot on though, Wickham. It drifts into the pocket and ends up with Whitehead anyway. And she'll go back and kick for goal.
Oh.
And we'll be given 50 metres.
A bit of ear music.
Yeah, I don't think it was movement on the mark, so someone must have said something, makes a certainty of it. Ali Whitehead slots it through from point blank range and extends the Roos lead to 23.
Mouthful maybe on the mark. Not happy with whatever was going on. Anyway, goal it is.
No, I think it was Williams running through the protected zone, looking at the footage, just off to the right there.
All over it, Alexandra Cooling. So 6-6, 42, 3-1-19 here at Ninja Stadium. Reid and Alliendi in the ruck as Reid wins the tap down. Rucks, Robes, runs to 50. This might be one of the best goals you'll see. Reid from outside 50. It's bouncing. Oh, it just didn't quite bounce enough. Limbrick. She'll get the hand pass nearly. Smothered in. Now she'll go back and retrieve it. And now the Bombers can try and get it out of defence. Richardson is there and ends up outside the field of play. Would have been some sort of goal if she could snag that, Drew.
She's an exciting talent over Reid, isn't she? So athletic, and I've seen a couple of times. She plays in the ruck, but bounding out into open space. She's a real athlete. Someone's worked towards the line. Cleverly done there. Like Pacey found the marking target. Plays on. Just hangs it near side. Did Ivory. On a score only. Clarence well and truly on top in this quarter. Pretty dominant stuff. Pretty tight opening term. We're almost set for Clark. She'll go back in. Plenty of numbers around the football for the Bombers though, and stoppages forced. 12.5 gone in the second term. 24 points lead the way of the Roos. Reid with a leap and a spoil. Bowering was being held all over the shoulder. Take your pick. She takes the advantage, just kicks it down the line, but chopped off there by Hardy. Spilt the way of Wushner. Turns onto her left and guides one into the corridor. It was a nice ball for Waller, who keeps it moving now. It wasn't a great kick though. It's intercepted by Oates.
Oates working into the corridor, Limbrick in back position. Limbrick sizing up the next best option. Reid is real deep in the pocket. Whitehead was the intended target. Through the hands and spilling out towards Ward. Still battling ground level is Evans. And the ball up. So 13.5 gone, 6-7 to 3-1-19. Up now from Alliendi. And just getting her hands free. In the end was Ward. And that ball up. Sun still surrounds Ninja Stadium. Really good day for football here as this hand pass is dished off to Edmund, who ran herself into some trouble, and now maybe Lauderdale can rebound.
Saving tackle there, deep in defence, and kick heads wide in the direction of Radcliffe. Just gets boot to ball in the Bowering direction. Was clean below her knees there, Bowering. Just too much on it for Wushner. Sat all right, Wushner, then just opted to volley it out of midair. Takes the player on and had the vision to head wide. Some good mouse there from Wushner. Alderton Oh, sold a teammate into trouble, bailed out by the high tackle. There was Ward. He was sold down the river and tagged by that handball. A few calls for 50 for the ball not being given back on the full. Nothing doing. Ward lofts this one up in the Johns direction. She's outside and had 2 to beat, but it's a terrific tackle. No, free kick's going to be blown in favour of Anderson, who's told to go. That was Oates, his free kick. That's why it's going to be brought back. So Oates looks Telstra logo. Drive it into the corridor for Anderson. Back with the flight. Almost completed the mark. Went back and shifted it across to Archer. Back to Anderson. In heavy traffic. She sends it high in the Murgatroyd direction, but just attacking the ball. And some verve there was Pike. Her kick chopped off at the other end. Wide ball, Anderson. Been busy. Especially in the last few moments here. Another possession. She charges into the corridor, and that's a nice ball. Found the marking target in the form of Preshaw. Spreads it wide for Clark, and Clark drives it inside the forward 50. Just spilling the mark there was Robertson. Now some defenders arrive to apply the pressure. Preshaw, some good body work. Robertson, handball back inside. That's got to be holding the footy. There'll be a free kick away of the Bombers.
Half back. Let's go in the direction of Waller. Stood underneath it. Did well. She'll try and go back and get it, but Webster stood in the road. Coming through with Ashley Harper. Hand pass flicked off to Anderson. Ball inside forward 50 was intended for Reid. Didn't quite get to her though. Crow. She'll send it even further out now. To a one-on-one that was won by the Clarence Roos. Limbrick to Reid. Nicely done from Ava Reid. Real talent overhead. Out of the ruck contest. You name it. Wherever you want to put her, she can play it. And Ava Reid looking for her first of the afternoon. To get it out to 7 goals here. She'll get that one on the board. Reid gets her first of the afternoon. Clarence now 7-7-49. Lauderdale 3-1-19. An even 30-point margin here at Ninja Stadium.
Yeah, 3 goals to none for the quarter. A couple of minutes remaining. Just not a few too many stars out there, the Roos, and certainly not being outworked. Lauderdale, but perhaps just slightly outmatched. Quality of Clarence coming to the fore a little in this second term, but the Bombers putting up a pretty good fight. Huge underdogs coming into this one today. They've certainly made Clarence work, but some of their big name players really having an impact in this second term in particular over Reid. Chief amongst them as the ball goes back to the middle. A chance for the Bombers to get something going forward here though. Johns, it's been exciting whenever she's been involved. Whitehead just got into her back a tad. Oates picks it up and is brought down by Waller. He tossed up. So the Bombers push here in the final couple of minutes to try and find their first goal of the quarter. One down straight to Whitehead. Her kick doesn't go too far. Anderson first to this one. Handball kept it in play to Webster, but slipped out of her hands across the line. Andy, the ruck work, heaved out of there, slapped out by Williams. Well, not going to emerge from there, and it'll be tossed up again.
So minutes go in this first half. 30 points it is. Kick down from Alliendi into the path now. Waller kick is good. Hitting a teammate in Ward on the chest. Her deep kick is intended for Wushner. Might just myself out the back. There's the numbers. Running out is Hardy. And throw in. Probably should have been deliberate, I would have thought, but again, ball don't lie. A couple of interesting umpiring calls in this one. This one's chucked back in. Coming through was Waller. Another ball up. So he ticked down into 10 seconds. Still going. The Roos, 30 points it is. It was tight at the quarter time break. They've just let it open a little bit, powering the last touch of the quarter. So 7-7 to 3-1 here, Andrew Cooling. It's a 30-point margin. If you're the Bombers coach, what do you reckon should they be saying?
I think you're still pretty happy. I think the quality of Clarence probably came to the fore a little in that quarter. They've just got so much star power about them. But I think you've got to be pretty happy with the effort Lauderdale are putting in. You know, there's been 2 absolute thumpings the last 2 times you've played them, over 100 points both times. So I think you're pretty happy with that first half. 3 goals to none for the quarter. They still had a couple of opportunities there. The Bombers couldn't quite convert. Maybe Wushner, that time again, would have had the shot rather than the pass. But no, I think they're showing some pretty good fight. Clarence, they're doing what they need to do as they look to win their final couple of games of the season and wrap up the minor premiership. Looks like they're going to do that today, but they're certainly being made to earn it by Lauderdale. It's been a good battle out there, but just a bit too much about them, Clarence, and I think their star players shone a little in that second term. So 30 points, their lead at half-time. We'll see how the second half plays out shortly. It's 7-7 plays 3-1 half-time at Ninja Stadium. I think it was movement on the mark, so someone must have said something, makes a certainty of it. Haley White.
Out now. To a one-on-one that was won by the Clarence Roos. Limbrick to Reid. Nicely done from Ava Reid. Oles here. She'll get that one on the board. Reid gets her first of the afternoon.
Wherever cancer is, we are. We are the supporters, preventers, researchers and advocates, leading Australia to a future without cancer. Every day, we're finding new and better ways to offer services, share knowledge, and bring hope to Australians everywhere, because cancer affects us all. We're here to listen and care for people, however they need us, whenever they need us, through any type of cancer at any stage of the journey. Every day, we are supporting world-class researchers, empowering them to dream big and make the impossible possible. Together, we're pushing boundaries, unlocking the answers to understand, prevent and treat cancer. We're improving the lives of those living with it and even getting close to eliminating some cancers altogether. You may not see us, but we're here, in schools and people's homes, on the beach, at work and on the streets, helping millions of Australians cut their risk and detect cancer sooner. We know that 1 in 3 cancers can be avoided, so we're out there preventing as many as we can. You may not hear us, but our voice is loud. Every day, we're using it to advocate, change laws and drive policies, to reduce cancer risks and improve cancer care, to break ground and speak for the community in places where they're not always heard. Every day, we're closer to a future without cancer. And as a charity, we rely on Australia's biggest hearts to help us get there faster.
Blunston's been building hard-working boots for over 150 years. The tougher you need them, the tougher we build them. Giving you advanced protection and all-day comfort. After all, you never stand still, so neither do we. Blunston. building the future.
Oh, you mean the jam and cream? Good stuff.
Go! And one for you as well. Got it.
Original glazed. Classic.
At Banjo's, we speak donuts. Introducing our new range of flavours. Now there's one for everyone. Banjo's, making donuts better.
Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, tested by the motion, loving this devotion. Live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up, switch it up, switch it up where I'm going. Stay on the fly, just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a centerfold. Ooh, that sugar
Alrighty, Jacques Callis, you good to go?
Yep.
So we're back for the second half here at Ninja Stadium. It's Clarence by 5 goals at the halfway point of this one. They're certainly being challenged here this evening by Lauderdale. They're putting in an improved showing. In the last couple of times these sides have met, they've certainly been made to work for it thus far. Can they keep that up in the second half here? The Bombers. Stevie Lee Johns flashed a couple of times in that first half, some moments of real quality, and she will send them inside forward 50 here to Wushner. Lovely ball. Now Wushner will have to square this one up. Just picked off though. Dropping back into the space, Charlotte Edmonds intercepts and then heads up towards Anderson. Reed in there as well. Handball release. Reed get a kick out of the traffic towards Murgatroyd, hitting up at the football. She's under pressure from Crow, but released it inside to Preshaw. Preshaw thought about the handball, instead then opts to kick it across there to Oates, and it's wide open in front of her here. There's an opportunity for the Roos if it'll sit for Limerick. Eventually she brings it under a spell, sends it in the Wickham direction. Wickham tracking the football, couldn't quite reel it in. Kick away towards the pockets, just going to stop dead. So the pressure arrives now from the Roos. And the snap from the miraculous angle is a somewhat remarkable goal. I think it was Amy Edmund who's done it. Outrageous angle.
Well, yeah, it's one of the better goals you can see, I reckon, Drewy. It's pretty good. Edmund just being a bit opportunistic there and really making something out of nothing, I guess you could say, on that occasion. She's done pretty well this season. So, 8 goals now to 3. Here at Ninja Stadium. Alliendi, Reed, Webster. Now they're going to try and get it out by way of foot. Whitehead just leaving it behind. Reed soccering it forward, so athletic. She has a nice little pickup. Runs to 50, runs to 45, sizes up the goals for a miraculous goal again. Not quite as good as the one before her, but it will still do. Ava Reed, brilliantly done. We know that she's athletic. She's shown a glimpse of already doing that today, hasn't she, Drewy? And she gets her second of the day. Nicely done there from Ava Reed.
That's an outstanding goal from Reed. Socketed it to herself, gathered it on the run, then charged inside 50 and fires home. That's a remarkable goal too. Stunners start the quarter here from the Roos. They've come out red hot, but just went off the deck, kicked it past an opponent, gathered it, and then just stormed past them. She, as we said in the first half a couple of times, he's so athletic. And that was on display there. Tremendous goal from Ava Reed, and 2 goals of the highest quality from Clarence to start this quarter off. They're not messing about. I've just got a little rev up at half time. Said, all right, guys, let's
bring the pace.
The pedal to the metal here. And boy, have they done that too. Brilliant goals. Reed out of the ruck again, just handballs it, and we could have got a holding free kick. That lingered a bit after she got rid of it. To be Anderson tries to get the hands free, and then he's pinged for a throw. Chance for Lauderdale to settle things down here. Starting to get a little dim here as Williams heads wide, was searching for Ward, was spoiled away from her. Climbing after it, Archer applying some pressure. Squaring ball, misses Anderson. Alliendi couldn't gather cleanly. Anderson went back. Did she get a fist to that? Just. Towed off the deck. There's the half forward line. Bowering sends them inside the forward 50. Difficult one for anyone to gather cleanly. That's locked in there by Johns for a ball up.
4.5 gone. Up down into the path of Oates. It's a kick out wide to Limbrick. Further afield, a couple of numbers spread. Pacey's a target if she wants to go to it. Doesn't quite go there. She'll go inboard to Webster. Nearly 50. Webster. Aggressive kick inside to Preshaw. Preshaw back to the running Webster. Kick now to Reid. Could turn the afterburners on if she wanted to. Lee Johns would have tracked her down. Foot races. She goes a little bit shorter and to Anderson. She just gets wrapped up, holding the football with the call, and Bowering with a nice tackle it was. And a pretty good game today is Bowering. And a really nicely weighted kick out for a teammate in Ward, but Reid gets her straight up. Johns, Reid still going at it at the ground level, fell over in the end. Whitehead just bullocked over Johns. And we'll see the ball up.
Reid and Alliendi pumped it down. Anderson going through the contest, couldn't take it cleanly. Webster's kick shut down by Bowering, but it spilt the way of Pacey, who heads in the Oates direction. Shares it with Archer. Archer, the penetrating kick just eludes Murgatroyd. Wickham was there also. Bringing it under a spell and straightening up. And firing through the goal is Murgatroyd again. She is pure quality. And fires through another one to extend the lead to 48 points. The calibre of goals in this quarter from the Roos continues to be quite extraordinary as they extend the lead out to an even 8 goals.
Bringing out the party tricks. Why not? Every scenario in finals can happen, so if you can just make sure you're prepared, just keep kicking goals however they come. You're right. Some unorthodox goals at present time. Still not a worry though for them. How they're kicking. Alliendi. Ward. Now running to Williams. Her kick just got chopped off. Reid can cover the ground so well. 1-2 dance step back inside. Hits up Limbrick straight on the chest. Now she's going to wheel and go towards half forward. On the flank. Oh, C's just parted out the back. They're going to run through for Ivory to snag another goal for the Roos. Nearly goes through the signage into the stands and it'll be a minor score.
Let off there. It was free-flowing football from the Roos, who've really taken over this football game here in quarter number 3. Bowering trying to halt that momentum, just dances around Pacey and launches it up towards Wushner. Wide open in front of her, all on her own inside 50 here is Waller. Will it sit for her? It does, with a wide open goal. Waller misses. Couldn't quite finish it off. It was lovely flowing football there back the other way. This game just starting to open up. Waller with a goal at her mercy. Couldn't quite produce the finish. So the Roos deep in their defence here. Oates driving kick, just bounced off the chest though, and that will invite an opening here. Heaved over the top for Wushner. Wushner with the snap, and the snap is a goal. Jess Wushner shows she still has plenty of class around the goals and gets the Bombers first of the second half with a delightful finish.
I'm happy she kicked that one. Didn't look to pass off this time. It was a very nice kick. We've seen some crazy goals this quarter. That one probably the most tame, but still pretty good goal nonetheless to get it to bounce back and to hit the scoreboard. In terms of the goal, she's done pretty well today, Wushner. I think that might be a second from memory, Drury.
Quite the highlights reel here in quarter number 3 in terms of the goals compilation. It's been quality.
Sort of you're going to do this, I'm going to do this. We're going to try top each other, and then hopefully we can do some pretty good goals. Try and top each other out there as they go knock down Harper. through and kicked out wide now to Clark. Clark's ball inside forward 50, just slides around and skids out to Edmonds. Edmond now with a good kick to Oates. We can line up from about, what do you reckon, Drew? 35 out. This one a pretty good kick. Distance didn't trouble, but the accuracy did. Minus score 10-8 to 4-2, 26. Or rather 10-9, so 43 points it is, the margin. Clark, Ward, still in dispute. Umpire calls a free kick to Dale.
So Stevie Lee Johns wheels off to her right and drives it down the line in the Wooshner direction. Spoiled it out the back. Waller ties it on, then continues a run and goes off the deck again. Archer just looking to shield the ball and happy to paddle it out of play. Of course, the stoppage, the experienced Rachel Archer, a reliable defender for this Roos outfit. So they're going to have success come September. I fancy her work at the back is going to be instrumental in that, especially with a couple of the forward lines they're going to have to take on. North Hobart and Kingborough. Right, with minor premiership in the offing for them. Might only have to get through one of them. This does potentially make things easier. It's going to be a fascinating final series. Those three sides have been so tightly matched all season. So, down the line via Webster. And just out of play there for Edmund.
Lad earning a bit of pocket money. Empire, absolutely loving it. Why not?
Tossed back in, neither ruck can get a glove on it. Trying to get in there was Ward. Ivory takes it, but she's stripped of it by a tremendous Ratcliffe tackle. Furiously attacked her there and won the ball. Great play from Mia Ratcliffe and Julia Rawdon.
So Ratcliffe, bullet pass out towards Bushner. Try and reel it back in. Just leaving it behind. High up and under kick from Webster. Nearly back with a flight was Limbrick. Still going at ground level now. Hand pass shoveled out towards Oates. She's got a player free if she can get it to her in Wickham. Couldn't quite, but it'll be a trip. Free kick. Oates takes the advantage. Deep inside forward 50 to the sliding Limbrick. He's kicked a couple today. And it's just into Limbrick. This for her third of the evening. Starts to get a little bit more chilly here at Ninja Stadium. I'm in shorts. So Limbrick lining up for number 3. Easy as you like. And that's the 11th goal of the evening here at Ninja Stadium for Clarence. 11-9, 75 to 4-2-26.
And some real weapons inside forward 50. Limbrick certainly one of those. Such a good mark of the football. She's into Limbrick, great pair of hands. When she plays the deepest forward as she has occasionally this evening, a real handful for any defender to deal with. This lead extends out to 49 points. Bowering did well, got it to Waller. Anderson motoring after this though and just burst through the stoppage, drives it just over the head of Murgatroyd. Edmund looking to win the football here. Edmund does so, dished it off to Murgatroyd, can straighten up and head for home. Murgatroyd has another. They win it out of the middle and they extend their lead to 55. Super stuff, and it's been Clarence at their best in quarter number 3 here. Kicking away on the scoreboard now as Murgatroyd. Is that her 4th, I think, of the contest?
Yeah, 4th, Drew, yep.
She's having a night out.
Yep, she is. Just doing that. 5 minutes left in the term. back into the middle. So started well, Lauderdale, just drifting out of the game now. Old Clarence. Basically for 2 quarters. Alliendi. Anderson's been real good for the Roos. Just pushing off her opponent is Ivory. Sits for her and runs past 50. Can track for goal. And ran too far. The old travel rule being brought out there. Don't see that too much. She got a little bit over anxious and just run a couple more steps to try and aim for goal, but ran too far as she kicks it out now to Sophie Williams. Oh, Sophie Wheeler, rather. Wheeler's kick towards Ward. Couldn't reel it in. Still had a tackler to compete with as they work down this outer side. Holding the football is the call. Free kick going the way of the Roos.
Hardy takes over on the wing. Her kick a little bit into dispute, but they were able to make it work. Archer had to get rid of it quickly, did so. And they've turned it over. A little sloppy there from the Roos. Bowering charges forward and thumps it deep inside forward 50 where they've got a 2-on-1. It'll sit for Johns out the back. She slaps the boot to ball and drives it home. Couple of the Lauderdale stars involved there, Bowering to Stevie Lee Johns, and that was just the penetrating boot there of Bowering, just getting it over the back of the Clarence defence where they had a 2-on-1. Johns bags her second. They stem the bleeding a little, do the Bombers.
Yeah, nicely done. John's out the back of the pack, worked the opponent underneath it nicely, and Bowering again had some really good moments, especially with her kicking. She can really just get a kick wherever she needs it to go.
It's a really penetrating boot, isn't it? It carries a lot further than probably most players out there on the field, to be honest.
It's a really good action as well. It just looks smooth off the boot. Not that I'm a goal or a kicking expert, but it's an attractive kicking style. That's for sure. She goes again on cue. Dishes out the hand pass, and she's good on both sides as well. Why wouldn't you want to go after if you're a club looking? As she drills that one inside forward 50. Sackle laid on Hardy. Wallows trying to track it down. Archer spinning out of trouble, and she'll go out towards a teammate in Robertson. Haven't called him all that much. Reed. She can dance around and then run to 50. Takes the bounce. Just puts the boot into it. Let it go, or she might not. She might have. Her opponent there or teammate in Wickham just wants to go for the mark. Oh, he almost got there as well. As they kick out now to Richardson. Richardson works her way down the line. Whitehead with a good intercept mark.
So Whitehead will drive the Roos back inside 50 again. It's marked there by Pacey. Too far out to score, so just squares it up into the middle of 50. Edmund couldn't quite complete the mark. Oates, look at that ground level. Bowering just powering away and charging through the middle of the ground here. Has a bounce. She can have another if she wants. Instead, she'll drive it out the back for Roy. It's a wide open 50 if it'll sit for her. Eventually brings it under a spell. Straightens up and misses. But again, the quality of Priya Bowering. That was a 100-metre play from her there off half back. Won the ball with some flair. Charged through the middle and then launched at 50 metres.
Special talent.
It was spectacular stuff from Bowering. Just couldn't quite get the finish from Roy. It wouldn't sit for her initially. Couldn't quite provide the goal. What a talent Bowering is, and here she is again. She sets sail from 45. Just got a little close to the player on the mark though. In the end, Ford went some accuracy just offline to the right.
12-9 to the Roos. 12-9-81 to 5-4-34. Archer to bring us back in with under a minute left in this third term. Kicks into the pocket. Kick Wasn't great. Waller might snap it up and send it towards full forward. Archer, fork in the road for the Roos, will send it out wider to Ashley Harper. Her kick in board's good to Edmonds. Edmonds goes further off the head of Oates. Wheeler, kick into the pocket, just missed her teammate, and that will be the siren for three-quarter time. 12-9-54. Or 12-9-81 rather to 5-4-34, I should say. It was a convincing quarter there, sort of going goal for goal, but who could top whoever kicked the last goal, really? Party tricks out here at Ninja Stadium. So a bit of work to do for Lauderdale. I just want to try and win the quarter, you would have thought, Drew.
Yeah, I think the closest they've been was the first time they met this year. That was 55 points. So if I can keep it under that, that'll be a big success, especially considering how one-sided the past couple have been. Obviously, a few more players in for them this evening, but 5-2 for that quarter. Clarence really got a hold of it in that opening 10 minutes. Just a real run of spectacular goals to kick things off. But Lauderdale, a couple of goals back the other way. They're hanging in there, they're competing well. I think they'll be pretty happy, but they won't want to drop their heads. They want to try and see this one out. 47 points the margin, but the goal's certainly flowing, and it's been a pretty entertaining evening of football thus far. One more quarter to go, and we'll be back with that for you shortly.
Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, tested by the motion, loving this devotion. Live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up, switch it up, switch it up where I'm going. Stay on the fly, just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high,
Back for the final quarter here at Ninja Stadium. Clarence with a 47-point lead. The result well beyond doubt. Just the final margin to be decided, but the Bombers will be pretty happy with their effort through the first three quarters. See if they can finish strong here in the final term, maybe even win the quarter. Seen some spectacular goals so far in this one. Maybe we'll get a few more in the final term as well. It's been an enjoyable occasion. Bo Downham will get us underway in the final quarter.
Allende, Reid in the ruck. As we get ready to start quarter number 4. And maybe a bit of respectability back on the scoreboard, although it hasn't been too bad. Completely one-sided, as the hit out only goes a couple of metres off the square. And the bullseye, rather. We'll see another ball up on the square. Reid, fisted down. Webster, Bowring stuck her head over it. Need to do that as well. Reid over the top of Allende. Bowring swooping on this one. Probably the only one who could keep up with her was Reid, and she did well. She forced the hand pass to an awaiting teammate in Williams. Just got turned over though. Reid tumbles the ball towards half forward. Murgatroyd on the lead is Whitehead. Or it might be Wickham rather. So Wickham looking for a first of the night. Caitlin Wickham, good kick on goal. She striked it nicely. And that's her first of the evening. 13 now to Clarence. And 5-4 to Lauderdale. 13-9. 87. So 53 points to the margin here at Ninja Stadium.
Yeah, she's a lovely kick of the football, Wickham. Drove that one through. Get the Roos off and running in the final term here. Extends the lead beyond 50 points. Dangerous mix they've got inside forward 50. And Wickham certainly a goal kicker down there. So Allende paddles it to Whitehead. Whitehead handballed back inside. Here's Anderson, who's plays with real dare and verve, but occasionally bites off a bit too much. That was one such example of that. The ball driven inside 50 by Bowring. Or bit of an errant handball. Will they be punished for it? Kick over the top, finds Wooshner, who snaps towards the goal line, and it's marked there right in the goal square. And going back will be Roy, who makes no mistake. And she drives through the goal for the Bombers. An immediate response, cut the margin back to 47 points. Tegan Roy gets her second of the game. Kicked their first goal of the contest. Gets the first for her side in the final term.
Crowd still in. You can hear them on mic there.
Vocal, aren't they?
Yeah, up and about. Usually the Lauderdale crew a little bit rowdy, a little bit up and about. Just look at the prelim final last year, SFL. But they've definitely tried all day today. The scoreboard not really showing it, but they've definitely improved a ton today just by their performances. Reid puts it on the deck, but she still gets it. Bowring still bullying her way through. She'll be a sight to watch in years to come in the AFLW, one would have thought. Oates, Reid, up towards Murgatroyd. Hand pass was shoveled out by Batchelor. So Whitehead just spilt it. Bowring was tracking her down. Came through pre-short. Ball up and on half forward for the Roos.
Well, 3 early games this year, they've scored 23, 7 and 6. So in 3 combined games, they've got 36 points against the Roos. They've got more than that, and we're only early in the fourth quarter here tonight. So I think that's why it's been a vocal Lauderdale fan base. They've got to be delighted with what they're seeing this evening. They've their best performance against the Roos this year for sure, and they might get another one here. Stevie Lee Johns with a flying shot from range, but just didn't quite have the accuracy. Be a better result than they're behind, though. Will allow them to set up inside the forward 50. Yeah, certainly signs of progress out there tonight from the Bombers. Looking to see if they can win this final quarter. Goal apiece thus far. Ward. Throw favoured it, but she was immediately driven into the ground. This one's paddled towards the line and be tossed back into play.
It's a big finals campaign. It is Drewy for the Roos, isn't it?
Certainly is. Looks like they're going to finish top of the ladder following that earlier result between North Hobart and Kingborough. Which will leave them well positioned. Flag assault. North Hobart perhaps the team to beat with everyone at full strength come finals, but it's going to be a fascinating three-way fight. One of the tightest leagues we've got really in Tasmanian football this year at the top end at any rate. Roy might kick a third. Does kick a third. Off beat to ball. And she has 3. And Lauderdale have 7. And they cut the margin back to 41 points. You've got to give them tremendous credit for the fight they're showing out there this evening.
Yeah, very respectable game from the Dale. It hasn't been the easiest season for them, but definitely improved throughout the year, as you can see. And particularly in this game, they're showing really good glimpses of fight, not giving up. And I mean, this can only be better for the long run, I guess, which is a very cliche thing, but it definitely will be. It shows that you don't give up in the middle of the games. You'll still be, well, they're not quite in it. They're still working and still hold their head up high, as opposed to if they got smacked by 80, 90, 100 points. They'd be happy with this. As Bowering out of the middle. Look at her just waltzing through. No real hesitation with the kick either to Johns. Just left it behind though. Shoulder hand pass. Ward. He got it out to Waller. Ball up. Inside the forward 50 for Lauderdale Bombers. Alliendi off the head of Preshaw. Ward. Reed. Just high up and under, and Bowering with a bit of courage to go back. Knocked her own teammate over, but didn't matter as they went inside forward 50. And a nice pluck from Wushner. So it's 41 at the moment. This to cut it down to 35. 13 minutes left. Not suggesting anything, but Wushner has been really good today. She's kicked 2. Bringing a lot of respectability back on the scoreboard. And here she goes. Veteran kicks another. Kicks truly, and it's back to 35 here at Ninja Stadium.
Well, 3-1 in the final quarter. We said they'd be hoping to win this final term. They've made very good strides towards achieving that. Up to 52 on the night. As I said, 36 points combined in the previous 3 matches against Clarence. So, well and truly outscored that tonight. 8 goals. They'll be delighted with this effort. And Clarence just being outplayed here at the moment in the final term. They've done enough to set up the win. They're not going to lose the game, but certainly being pushed here and just on the back foot for the time being. I'm sure they'll want to respond. The games you'd expect them to win before finals. So they don't want bad habits creeping into their game. They'll be feeling as confident as possible heading into those big clashes, but at the moment, just being beaten at the coalface as Williams is forced to shove it out the back. Powering motors to the football again. Just kicks on around the corner. Dancing around Reed was Ward. Her kick, though, will be chopped off by Archer. There's options lining up for her on the wing. Got about 6 players free and found Williams. She's a star, Rachel Archer, but that wasn't quite her best work, but redeems with the defensive spoil there. And sees it out of play. A very reliable user, wasn't her best kick, but immediately does the recovering work defensively.
You just think with Bowering and you had Barwin in the mix, if they were available for all the games this year, they might have been a bit of a threat. The finals race potentially Lauderdale as well as Wushner. They go towards interchange box side, right in front of them, in fact. Ratcliffe, Bowering rather. Mind blank as this one is balled up. And one of the pack was Alderton. Someone's down behind the plate.
Mia Ratcliffe, I think, just copped an inadvertent head knock there. Just got pushed into a player and clattered into. Seems to be all right. Back to her feet, wandering to the bench now. So fingers crossed for her. Back on her feet, which is good to see. I think slightly sore there, holding her head as play back underway. Wushner scrapping away at ground level. Umpire calls for it. Ratcliffe makes her way off to be replaced by Kenny. Reed with the double palm down and then tries to win the ball away. Whitehead paddles it forward. Clark. And ball back there. Absolutely clattered into there was Webster. The kick ended up finding its way through to Oates. Oates drives it up in the middle of the ground. That's a nice ball to Wickham. Limbrick getting out the back here. That's their intended target. Limbrick in a 1-on-1. Pretty nicely defended though by Barwin. Just a body on her, but Wickham will fire again here. She lets fly from 40 out. It's drifting gold, but it won't quite bounce truly through for a behind.
I reckon I've seen Barron take a spell today, Drury, apart from the quarter half-time breaks. Absolute power machine in terms of running. Go out of side through the hands of Webster. Put this one back up. And pass off to Oates. Just missed running over it. And still going away. And a little Kenny. Fired a kick out. Archer moving up the ground. Toe poked it a couple of times to herself. Flicked it off. There might be a chance for another one here, the Roos. Just be behind though. So 35 rather, the margin. In the hands of Whitehead. She'll go back and try to get her own football while they're wearing her like a glove. Umpire crosses himself. Do it all again.
7 minutes plus change remaining here. 35 points the margin. It's a handball from Waller, heads towards defensive 50. Just trying to bring it under a spell. Pike, but she's under pressure now. Some support arrived in the form of Batchelor. Umpire's whistle sounding quickly there for the ball up. Robertson up against Bush. Limbrick somehow gets free and bends one back towards the goals, and it's nicely marked down there. Deep inside the forward 50 by Reed. She'll look to extend the lead back out to 41 points. Seeing her dynamism in the ruck. She's a threat when she goes forward as well, over Reed. That's a lovely kick. Works it back nicely. The Roos get goal number 14 as the goals continue to flow. It's been a real shootout of the game here at Ninja Stadium. A great one for the spectators and neutrals alike. And it's an even 7-goal lead now in the way of the Roos.
A good kicking by Reed again. Good kicking is good football. 13-11. Not too bad. 24 scoring shots, which is a pretty good day out. For anyone, really. Tap down, one from Robertson. Dispute at ground level, and we'll see everyone wrap into each other and ball up again. Andy working through, hand pass fired out to Webster. She'll pick this one up. Ivory in there, Oates laying a tackle. And deja vu again. Tap down. Webster spinning around. Hit the pocket though nicely. Just misfiring with the kick. Nice little pick up from Edmund. There they go. High ball. Oates stood underneath it. She came in from a mile out. She knew that one was hers, and she did well just to write her name all over it. Hasn't quite troubled the scorers yet today, Brianna Oates. She might be able to change this one and put Clarence's 15th on the board, although it doesn't quite have the distance. Still in, and mark taken from Pike.
So, a little over 4 minutes to go. Imagine sitting at 43 points, I think. Added that behind to the scoreboard, but it's, this one's cleared out of there by the Bombers. Just trying to track Lauderdale's endeavour here to win the final term, or at least the endeavour in our minds is the case. It was 47 points to margin at three-quarter time, so at the moment they're winning the quarter. This one's tossed back in. Storming away again, Bowering. What a player she is, and absolutely laces that one to Wushner, who can have a bounce. It's a pretty open forward 50 ahead of her. Hit the target there, and Johnson then gets legged. It's got to be a free kick. She'll go back. This will test her, though. Bowering again, just showing her quality, running the outer wing there. It's put on an absolute show tonight. Despite being on the losing side, hard to go past her for best on ground, I'd have thought. You're doing the votes. Stevie Lee Johns has also been impressive. Does she have the journey?
Quite.
Umpire's taking his time with this one. He can't be calling for a review, so I'm not sure what the conference is about. Either carried her it didn't.
Very obvious, I would have thought.
And touched is the call.
Back yourself in, mate. That was clear as day from where we were as well. Not sure what he was saying.
Bowie called it very early. Well, Stevie Lee John snavels that one up. They still might get their goal. Oh, the handball was an unkind bounce for Roy, but they swarm on the ball here. Kick from Ward towards the teeth of goal. Archer defends the situation. Fell into the lap of Ward. Her kick was offline and just sneaks in for a behind.
2 minutes left in this one. So 14-11-95, 8-6-54. It's a 42-point margin here at Ninja Stadium. So we go out of the back line to the wing. Mark taken. One bounce from Webster. Ran herself into a tad bit of trouble. Still in dispute. Oates shot a hand pass out. Spearing through was Eves. And then we'll see the ball up. Clarence looking to come right, come finals time. Definitely put the best foot forward in doing that today. Bowering, toe poke to kick to Wushner, nearly out the back. She might crumb and goal. She might just set it out and see a throw in. I mean, we can't stop talking about it, but just the ball use from Bowering has been ridiculously good in the vision. Workhorse, to say the least.
And the ability to get separation from a pack, just a few strides and she's clear. It's obvious to anyone watching this one. She's an absolute star of the future. What a difference she's made for the Bombers here this evening, who are going to win the final quarter. Will they get another late goal here? Wooshner's shut down. Didn't initially take it across the line. And through in the end for a rush behind. And that will probably be the final score of the contest. And it'll mean a 39-point victory for the Roos. 14-11, 95 to 8-8, 56. They'll be happy with that effort, Lauderdale. They fought valiantly. It is Clarence who get the 4 points, though. And they take another step towards securing the minor premiership. It was a strong performance from them when they needed to. They really burst out early in quarter number 3, but for the young Bombers outfit, I think they'll be delighted with that. The closest they've run the Roos all season. It is a league that's kind of running on 2 tiers this year, let's be honest. You've got the top 3 and then the bottom 2, and they've been pretty one-sided when the top 3 have met a bottom 2 side this year. But that was a really competitive showing from Lauderdale. Clarence, too strong, 39-point victors. They'll be very happy with that at the end of the day. But certainly some good green shoots showing through there for the Bombers. They fought hard, and it was a really entertaining game, I thought, Bob.
It was. I mean, any time you get sort of 14 goals and 8s, I mean, although on the scoreboard it doesn't look great, you're pretty confident that it's a good game. I mean, 22 goals for the day is quite good. I mean, 25 scoring shots, you probably could have had a couple more goals on there, but anything that's sort of high scoring, when you have good talent out there like Ava Reid and Stevie Lee Johns and Priya Bowering and Jess Wooshner out there, as well as Limbrick and all the normal suspects, I mean, it makes for a really good match of football and a match that people want to watch. So, I mean, although the scoreboard didn't quite suggest it in the end, I think what we saw today, it was a quite entertaining match for all of it, basically. But, yeah, 100% right. Clarence will try and not probably use this so much as it was more of a lower game for them as we talked about the leagues. But Lauderdale definitely didn't lose any admirers today. They were really good around the game, and yeah, Clarence will take a bit of confidence from the goal kicking in particular, I think, Drew.
Yeah, they get the win, but some work perhaps to do for them if they're going to take out the premiership in September. They win this one. I think it was 39 points. I don't think Lauderdale's last behind got added to the scoreboard here at the ground. So I'm going to say it's 14-11, 95 to 8-8, 56 was the final score from Ninja Stadium. Andrew Cooling and Bo down amid calling the action for you. Hope you enjoyed the coverage as we move a week closer to finals. Just one more week of regular season football left, and then it is that most wonderful time of year, footy finals on the agenda. Well, from us at Ninja Stadium, it's bye for now.